What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. Have some fun stuff to talk about today. Fortnite on the Switch, some stuff about Tomb Raider, and of course Final Fantasy VII Remake, and we did get the financial results for Microsoft's third quarter of fiscal year 2018. But first, I guess to get your weekend started off great since it's Friday, something kind of funny. How about this? Capcom decided for some weird reason to post a picture of the PS4 version of the Street Fighter collection that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch eShop, complete with the button prompts, with the X, the circle, the square, the triangle, all from the PlayStation version of the game on the Nintendo eShop. Why? I have no idea. I guess it's just, Capcom being Capcom. But for today, guys, let's get started. So Fortnite is a very popular game, right? I don't think I need to tell anybody that. Everyone knows it's super popular. Tons of people watch it on Twitch. Seriously, we have celebrities playing it. It's free to play with Battle Royale mode. Then they have a separate, cooperative firefight mode you can play. Everybody plays the Battle Royale mode, though, for the most part. Now, there are a lot of rumors going around before E3, and it seems like one in particular has kind of picked up some steam with the possibility of Fortnite making an appearance at E3 for the Nintendo Switch. And this comes from Leaky Panda over on Twitter. They've been talking a bit about this rumor that they were trying to verify and make sure it's pretty much on the up and up, and they're comfortable enough now to share it with us, and they said this in a tweet. Fortnite Switch rumor summary. General E3 reveal, Save the World and Battle Royale may release sequentially. Battle Royale, no substantial differences on Switch, features crossplay, as we would assume. We also assume there's no real substantial differences. Epic has been doing great work with that game, and of course the Unreal Engine that it runs on. I mean, we see it run well on cell phones right now. Imagine what they can do if they can actually take that and focus on something like a Tegra X1. They could probably get pretty good performance. They know Unreal Engine inside and out, and that, of course, is completely supported on the Nintendo Switch. Now, Save the World would have local co-op implemented and exclusive Nintendo IP-related content for this mode. I'm thinking maybe some weapons, like they were talking about maybe from Splatoon, for example, like the different guns there. Maybe they use outfits, say like a Mario hat, or maybe what would be really cool is they took like a Samus blaster. That'd be neat. But this is, of course, all rumor, and it's spread everywhere, and it seems like at this point everyone is expecting a Fortnite announcement at E3. It makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, Fortnite, they're trying to put it on everything. It's on cell phones. It's going everything. Cell phones, game consoles, computer, it's everywhere. They want to build this player base to the top, seriously to the brim. So of course, the Switch, it sports Unreal Engine, should be able to run Fortnite no sweat, obviously. It runs on cell phones. So it makes sense, except, well, there's always two sides to these type of rumors, especially when you start to reach out to the companies. And according to US Gamer, they did just that. They reached out to sources closest to the Fortnite Battle Royale, which I assume is Epic and then Nintendo, and those sources are not at all aware of anything around Fortnite going to Nintendo Switch, or being announced at E3, I should say. It could always be announced technically before, I guess, even after, but E3 makes a lot of sense for them to announce it, although, well, I mean, let's be real, they announced the mobile version out of nowhere, just on a whim, it just randomly shows up on their site and they put it on Twitter, oh, it's on cell phones. It's not like they're trying to sell the game technically, it's a free-to-play game, so I guess they could get away with just announcing it, and just the word of mouth alone will catapult that thing. Probably if it's a free Battle Royale mode, probably at the top of the eShop pretty easily, but if it comes out with that Save the World and you have to buy it, that might, make some people think a little bit about it. If it's a free Battle Royale, get out of the way, everyone's getting it. Now, we have heard of some companies say no plans at this time, right? We've seen that plenty of times, and then all of a sudden, oh, look, there it is, later on, because they're saving it for announcement. Very possible. Right now, it makes sense for Fortnite to show up, but of course, Leaky Panda has had some stuff incorrect in the past as well. So just keep in mind, Fortnite, it's a pretty good possibility, I think, that it will show up at some point in the future. E3, get a spotlight on it and everything, but we'll have to see what happens when we get there. Just know, these rumors are flying around right now, and they have picked up a lot of steam, but as of now, these Fortnite on Switch, they are just rumors, so until we hear something from Epic, it's not confirmed. Next up, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, the game that I didn't know if it would ever come out or when it would ever come out, because for a while there, it was just taking forever. But it looks like, as far as we know, it's coming out this year, right? I mean, most of us are kind of pegging it for a November release. But what if it came out sooner than that. At least that's what fans are kind of speculating on now after seeing a post on Facebook from the official Kingdom Hearts account that says Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming soon. Now, how soon is that? That's what everyone's trying to figure out. I still think it's a November release, but why would you use that kind of language, coming soon, when it's April? Like, coming soon is not really, 7 months from now, possibly, where it come out towards the end of November or something. No, soon is like 3 months from now, right? Like over the summer now. E3 is probably where we're going to see a release date, as we would expect. It's the big show. You show off your new world that they probably have under wraps, and then you say coming, November 7th or something like that, right? But what if they come out and they say coming August, 18th or something like that? Some weird date, sometime in August or something. What if they say like July? That'd be weird. I feel like they want time to get their pre-orders in for the actual dates. They like to do the build-up and everything. But man, this Facebook post has people talking by just saying that. That's how rabid the fans are for this game. They can release it whenever. They could release it the same day as Red Dead Redemption 2, and it would still sell well because everybody wants to buy this game. That fan base is so insane about this game, which is good. It's a good insane, I will say that, because they're very into the game, the lore and everything, that it will sell no matter what. So they could pretty much pick a date and they're fine. They'll sell a bunch of copies. So that's the one advantage they have. It's kind of Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon, I'd say, are the two games coming out sometime this year, we assume, and they can just name their date and they'll sell. Next up, let's talk about the game that we assume is still real, and that's Final Fantasy VII, Remake. We've seen it, right? We've seen it being played, but we haven't seen it really much since then. And now we have some new comments that are worrying, to say the least. And this comes from Dan Suka, who is a game designer in Japan, who posted on a Reddit post or a subreddit that was talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, specifically some of the artwork. And, he said this: when has a company taking work away from another company ever been a positive sign of things? I know CyberConnect's work was unusable. I've worked with them before. I know their level. Basically, Dan Suka goes on to talk about how they had to scrap everything. So the stuff that we've seen that was done by CyberConnect, they scrapped it. They started over, apparently, according to him, and that explains a lot if you really think about it. Remember, we saw it back in 2015. It's 2018, and this game is missing. Like, who knows what happened to it? We haven't seen it. And we do hear behind the scenes stuff. Remember, they took it away from CyberConnect, moved it internally, got the one of the designers or the producer from the cell phone game, the Mobius game. They brought him over, and he's helping now. So there was definitely some issues, and it sounds like CyberConnect's work was just not good for this game. Whatever they were outsourcing to them just came back, and it was just junk, I guess, whatever they were designing, and they scrapped it. They started over. In fact, the game we might see whenever they do show it to us might just be completely different. Like, it might not even look like some of that gameplay that we saw previously, because they keep talking and talking and talking about it in the background. We're gonna, destroy expectations. We're gonna make a better game than the original and everything, but they're not showing anything. So they're kind of talking a big game, and then we don't really know anything else outside of that. We're just taking their word for it. So I would like to think we're seeing it this E3, but I have a strong feeling we're not going to see a hint of this game until next year, until next E3, because I think right now Square is all about two things. They're all about, they're all about Octopath, obviously Traveler right now, but they're all about getting Kingdom Hearts out the door finally, since the last the last numbered Kingdom Hearts game we had, Kingdom Hearts 2, launched back when the 360 came out. So we've had a whole console generation since then. And, of course, they're just doing more DLC for Final Fantasy 15 because, why not? So, one thing's for sure, this game, I'm sure when it comes out, will be good. And I look forward to pre-ordering it when I pick up my PS5. Next up, let's talk about Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We should be getting a big reveal today, but we did get some renders and really a look at some of the different editions ahead of that. Let's take a look at those here. You'll see a nice little stack of them here with Digital Deluxe Edition, Standard Edition, Croft Edition, Digital Croft Edition, Collector's Edition, the Steelbooks up there. They have all of these editions pretty much set up. And I will say, if you're a big Tomb Raider fan, you're probably really excited to see this. But of course, they also announce a pretty sweet season pass, before it comes out. Great, why not? That's just what we're kind of used to now is getting DLC announced before the game comes out, so sure, I guess. But they also gave a little excerpt here talking a bit about some of the plot details, where they go on saying Sam, Reyes, and Jonah will join the fearless archaeologist in this adventure that will trace the crucial moment when she will become Tomb Raider. I feel like they keep saying that. Is it just me? I feel like they keep saying that in every game that's come out. Watch Lara become the Tomb Raider as we go along. I feel like it was last game where it was supposed to have that revelation. I guess it's this game now that they're gonna have that revelation, or maybe the following game. I don't know. I do like the cover art. I think it looks pretty cool on this one, the box art. And I like the other Tomb Raider games, so this I'm sure will be fun. I would just, let's actually get Lara to where she's the Tomb Raider already. Let's do that and then kind of go from there at this point. But we'll have a big reveal today and we'll see what it looks like and everything. And I'm sure the game will look great, like I said. I just want to see if they actually finish up this storyline, or do we have to wait till next time? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Shadow of the Tomb Raider down below. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about the financials from Microsoft that they released yesterday. It's for their fiscal year 2018 third quarter. Strangely, their fiscal year ends at the end of June, so the 1st of July starts their next fiscal year. It's kind of weird to see that, but that's what they're doing. So let's go over some of the numbers they released, and that's where we're going to kind of start. If you're not aware or not familiar with Microsoft's financials when they release them, it's a little different than when Sony releases theirs for the PlayStation, Nintendo releases theirs for their game consoles and business. Nintendo and Sony are much more transparent. They give us console numbers, right, for how many they've sold. They give us software numbers. They give us everything. Microsoft is pretty smart about hiding the Xbox information. I'll just say that. They don't really tell us console numbers, nothing really straight up like that. They kind of group it in with other things. So we're going to take a look and just really see what they had to offer us. Anyway, let's start right here with the fiscal year 18 third quarter. They put this whole chart out so we could take a look. They pretty much have everything on the left, but we're looking for a few things. Xbox Live active users in millions, which back to last year's third quarter, 52 million. That is actually up to 59 million. The big thing here, though, there was no drop off from the holiday quarter. That's the biggest thing. Look at fiscal year 18 second quarter, 59 million. That is a holiday quarter. That's why it's very big. There's a lot of sales going on there, but that means usually there's a lot of Xbox Live accounts being purchased. Notice that there was no drop off. So that's a good thing, right? So nobody canceled their initial Xbox Live membership within reason. Of course, they're showing us a rounded off amount. Gaming revenue in millions is up. They have that at $2.25 billion with a B. That is up from last year's third quarter, $1.9 billion. So pretty good jump there. I would look at that and say it has probably a lot to do with, for example, the Xbox One X being a more premium item, a more expensive item. And then they also attribute third-party software sales because, of course, they get pretty nice royalties from that. If it's digital, it's 30% straight up. So they were talking as that was a big driving force as well. And that's kind of where everything ends. Now, they did say gaming revenue increased 18%, and that was all driven by Xbox software. Services revenue growth of 24%, and they do attribute, like I said, third-party title strength. Xbox Live monthly active users grew 13% to 59 million, with continued growth across Xbox One, Windows 10, and mobile platforms. And if you're curious just how much money Microsoft makes in a quarter, this past quarter, $26.8 billion. Yeah, Microsoft makes a lot of money. We'll say that. That was their revenue. So they still make quite a bit of money, but you can kind of see how they disguise some of their Xbox numbers. They don't give us a breakdown like the other companies do. We still have no idea how many Xboxes are out there. We just know, for the most part, they are making decent gross revenue on it. They don't even tell us really costs about that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where it ends for the Xbox. You can kind of see why it's harder to follow the Xbox brand when it comes to their financials and stuff, because they lump it in with everything else so they can kind of protect it. Because if they're not making money on it, it's kind of hard to tell your investors why you need to keep it around. Although, at least it's bringing in money, right? It is, technically. We just don't know how much of that is actually profit, I guess, looking at this. But either way, they're at least still making money. Obviously, they're not being hurt badly by the Xbox or anything because they still make quite a bit of money. So they'll keep it around as they keep going. They like being in people's living rooms, and I guess we'll see going forward what else they do for the year. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Newswave today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, guys. It really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave a bunch of comments down below about everything we talked about today. Whether you want to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake, because you're sad hearing that it's not working out so far. It sounds like they had to scrap and restart, and Honestly, who knows if it's a PS4 game anymore? Seriously, they could have restarted it as a PS5 game since they definitely want to get Kingdom Hearts out this year. And then I assume the earliest they could target for Final Fantasy VII Remake is like late 2019 holiday. And is it worth not just pushing it to 2020 and launching it on the PS5? I don't know. I feel like you might as well just hold it off and get it done and polish it well and get ready for the next generation. Also, let me think about Fortnite on the Switch. Is that a given? Right? It's Unreal Engine 4. It's super popular. That's just another platform to release on that is closing in on 20 million units sold with the Switch. It seems like it makes a lot of sense. Also, keep an eye out for the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, revealed today. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time for Newswave.